Rebirth Island has been sweatier in the past 2 weeks than it's been since its release back in 2020. So that's why in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how you can outsmart and overall outplay these sweats that are plaguing Rebirth Island right now. So really try to pay attention to this video and apply the tips I give you to your gameplay. And with that being said, let's jump right into the video. The first thing that will help you be able to beat more sweaty players is going to be memorizing where they land. A lot of sweaty players, including myself, like to land control, prison, headquarters, and sometimes even factory. And if you land there with them, you'll be able to get used to that area and the people that are around there, such as like sweats and even casual players, since you are landing a hot drop. And you will become a better player because you can outsmart these sweats and you'll get used to that area and you can be able to start playing better there. So make sure you are landing with these sweats so that you can get used to that area and you can become a better Warzone player. One of the more important tips that will help you beat more sweaty players and even their teammates is going to be your minimap knowledge. And if you don't have any minimap knowledge, well, here's how to read it. If there's an arrow above the dot on the minimap, the enemy's above you. If there's an arrow below the dot, the enemy is below you. If there's no arrow on the dot, the enemy is on the same floor with you. Now, when you should be looking at your minimap is whenever you hear shooting, because unsuppressed shooting will reveal that enemy to you on your radar. Or if you have a UAV up, because that will reveal one minimap ping every 3 seconds for 30 seconds. Will show you the levels, and will basically cover the entire map. Or after every single kill, because in Resurgence we get minimap pings after a kill. You can see here I got that down in Thirst, and it reveals his 3 teammates' positions to me so that I can go push them. And this will allow you to know, like, if a whole team's sweaty, then you'll know where that his teammates are whenever you kill one of them, so you know they're stacking, or if they're separated, then you can go ahead and work through that team. So make sure you're always looking at your minimap whenever you're shooting, have a UAV up, or after every single kill. The most important thing that will help you beat more sweaty players in Warzone is going to be your button layout, because you can't win gunfights if you have to take your finger off the right stick to slide cancel. So that's why you're going to want to run the button layout called L2 Bumper Jumper Tactical. It's where you jump with your L2, you stem with X, circle is your melee, R3 is your slide, R2 is your lethal, and then you shoot with your bumpers, which L1 is your aim, and R1 is your shoot. So make sure you use this button layout because it will help you get better at the game and beat more sweaty players. A great mindset to have against sweaty players and even casual ones is going to be that players play predictable. Now what this means is if you damage a sweaty player and he goes around the corner, the most predictable play and the most likely one for him to do is going to hit that re-challenge. And if you damage a casual player and they go around a corner, the most predictable play for them to do is to just pre-aim the door that you just damaged them from, that they went out of. So make sure that if you are shooting at someone, that you expect the predictable play, if it be a sweat or even a casual player. So just get yourself prepared for whenever you do that to them. Now that you know players play predictable, you need to be playing unpredictable. What this means is if you shoot at someone and they go around the corner, they're going to expect you to chase them right around that corner where they can get you into their trap. But what you should be doing is taking an alternate route, or a route that they're not going to expect you to take, which is you playing unpredictable so that you can win that gunfight. This is also useful if you're fighting outnumbered, and like if you get one knock and they're all pre-aiming where you last was, if you take an alternate route, which is repositioning, then you can catch another down because they do not expect you to go around a different way. So keep this in mind when you are fighting enemies. One of the best tips that will help you outsmart sweats is not getting over aggressive. Now what this means is don't put yourself in a bad spot where you can die easily, because sweats will take advantage of that. Like you've seen here, I got way too over aggressive and he ended up taking advantage of that and killed me. So make sure that you are not being over aggressive and you're playing your positioning. If you see a sweat and you don't have tunnel vision, just focusing on him, just find a better way to engage that fight and try to kick it off with that down. So be careful on how you approach fights and don't get over aggressive. Easily one of the most important tips if you're playing with teammates in a sweaty lobby or even just a normal lobby is not to stack. And the reason for that is because if you're stacking, you can get team wiped really easily. Like whenever I'm playing with my friends, you notice how we're not all just sitting in one room. We're like right up each other's hind ends and shooting at one person together. Well, the reason we're not doing that is because if another squad full sends us and they play it just right, then they can team wipe us pretty easily, since we're all in one room or we're all very close together and they are playing their positioning and they're all shooting at us. And you see a lot of pros do this too. If they play with their friends, they're not all just sticking like in one line running to another building, like beelining it together, they're all kind of separated, so in case they get jumped, they are not all together and they won't really get team wiped. So make sure that you do not stack with your teammates because it is a bad idea. The most important tip in Warzone now is to get your loadout down early, since they took the ability to buy your guns from the buy station. You can see that right here. I'm trying to get the loadout down early because while other people are fighting with floor loot, you are going to be fighting with your full-fledged loadout, guns, your perks, and your lethal and tacticals, and you'll be comfortable with that. You can engage fights with momentum. And they did nerf a little bit of the cash, so it will take you a bit longer to get that loadout. So make sure that the second your feet touch the ground, you really try to get that loadout down. The best tip to win basically any gunfight against a sweat or casual, as long as you get first shot off and even hit your shots, is called hip firing. Now, how you do this is you just shoot without aiming. This is very important in close quarters gunfights, like 5 meters or closer, because we no longer get aim assist within that 5 meter or closer mark, which this will also allow you to be able to see your enemy better because your FOV is open and not aiming down that sight, and you can see him a lot better and track him better. So make sure that if you are very close to an enemy, that you just shoot without aiming and use that hip fire to your advantage, because you will hit a lot more shots.
Double dog dared, actually. Someone double dog dares you, have to do it.
If you've ever wondered how a sweat knows exactly where you are, well, that is due to a UAV. If you don't know what a UAV is, it is a thing you get from the buy station for $6,000 that reveals basically everyone on the map except for ghosted players, unless you pop an advanced UAV. Now, a UAV gives you 1 minimap ping every 3 seconds for 30 seconds, whereas an advanced UAV just gives you straight constant pings. Like, this literally shows you where everyone's at for 1 straight minute and will show ghosted players. Now, these are very important for finding people, because if you want to get a 20 bomb, you need to find 20 people, and with that information, that's going to be very hard. So anytime you have enough money for a UAV, you get one, which is $6,000. And at fire sale, if you pop 3 UAVs, or it doesn't matter if it's fire sale or not, but it's the cheapest at fire sale, $9,000 for 3 UAVs. Pop them continuously, one after the other, and you will get an advanced UAV, which are absolutely broken. So make sure you always are trying to pop UAVs whenever you get the chance. A tip to beat more sweats and even become a more sweaty player is called the 3 R's: repositioning, reloading, and replating. You see it right here. I get shot at, so I'm going to go ahead and reposition to a new spot, which means going somewhere else. Then I'm going to replate in the process of moving. Instead of just standing on a corner and plating, I'm going to plate while I'm running, which gives me a little bit of a speed boost. Now, you want to do this when you're fighting outnumbered, or even if it's a 1v1 that's kind of tricky and he doesn't know where you're at. Again, so you see right there, I got shot at, replating, repositioning at the exact same time. He now does not know where I'm at, so whenever he jumps out this window, I'm able to beam him, but I left my back exposed, so I ended up going down for this. So make sure that anytime you're fighting outnumbered or in a tricky 1v1 that you are using the 3 R's. A tip to help you beat more sweats and even die a little less is called breaking lines of sight. And if you don't know what that is, well, here's how to do it. Breaking lines of sight means putting a new piece of cover between you and the enemy constantly to avoid getting shot at. See right here how I'm rolling this clip. Even if there was an enemy behind me and he was shooting at me, since I'm breaking the lines of sight, constantly putting a new piece of cover between me and him, if he was shooting at me, I could be plating up and be completely plated by this time and then hit the re-challenge on him, and I would be able to win that gunfight. So make sure that if you are getting shot at, you are breaking the lines of sight and constantly putting a new piece of cover between you and the enemy.
I did not figure out the camo glitch. It just gave it to me after I prestiged.
But there is a new one.
Yo, I need stems if anyone got them. No. Never mind, I got stems. Yeah, just gave it to me after I prestiged. Just gave it to me. Swinks, no!
You're going to see someone playing predictable right here. This dude goes up. I look over just to make sure he didn't jump that way. He didn't, so I know he's most likely going to be pre-aiming this door, so I slide in. I don't cancel. Notice that how I just did a long slide, and I was able to beam him. So remember, like I said before, that people play predictable, and that you are ready for them to play predictable so that you can combat it.
Happened to me, bro. That is unfortunate. Enemy airstrike in the area. Enemies are dropping into the area.
Comment down below if y'all agree with the new precision airstrike notifications where it doesn't show you where it's going to hit, it just says precision airstrike overhead. Me personally, I don't like it because right there, if I would have seen where it was going to hit, I would have known and I could have gotten out of the way, but since I didn't, then it was unfortunate that I died. Make sure you comment if you like that feature or not, because it is an OG feature from Warzone 1.
One on top rooftop, my ping, he's down. He got down by the PA that one dude threw.
Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover.
It's pretty good. It's not the worst, but it's not the best.
A little bonus tip for whenever you run out of attack sprint, or you just want to run around the map faster and you don't have a sprinter that gives you infinite attack sprint, hold out your melee. If you forgot or you don't know, your melee will give you unlimited attack sprint when you're holding it out, and it will let you run for 7.6 meters per second or 8.6 meters per second. It's one of the two. And all you need to do to pull it out is hold down your melee button. And if you are using L2 bumper jumper tactical, then you hold down your circle, which will pull out that melee for you, and you can use this to finesse your enemies and even get around the map a lot quicker. And if you don't feel like holding down your melee, all you have to do is you can get a foot pedal from like Goodwill or something, or off the internet for like a driving game. Bind it to a keyboard setting, like to a melee on a keyboard, put it under your desk, and then just hold it down with your foot and it will pull out that melee. That's what a lot of the pros do, and you can even do this on console. So if you don't feel like holding down your melee, you can get a foot pedal to do this. Just make sure that you are utilizing your melee when you are running around.
Down at boat, living quarters. I don't really know. Astronaut. Yeah. One down by boat. I'm gonna go. Two down by boat. One down by. Ooh, anyone need plates? Cause I got a plate box. Oh nah. Yeah. Dang, bro, Prestige 3, I would gouge my eyeballs out. Alright. Throw an impact, just, oh, sniping a boat, sniping a boat, sniping a boat. Killed it. Going to get a gassy. Why did I just call it that? Who knows?
Enemy moving.
Pushing top prison. Ah, there's two, there's two, there's two.
The last tip before I just let the gameplay pan out and let y'all watch it the rest of the way is going to be to play your positioning. Now what this means is you are just sitting back in an area that has cover and is relatively safe from the enemy, that you still kind of have an area to shoot at them. Like right here, see I'm at the bottom of this hill on a head glitch and I'm beaming this enemy. Well, in case I took too much damage in this gunfight, I would be able to back off very easily. So this is one of the most important tips when you're fighting in an uncomfortable 1v1 such as that gunfight right there, or multiple enemies, because this can allow you to kill several enemies without taking a single bullet of damage. So make sure that if you are in a uncomfortable 1v1 or there are multiple enemies around, that you sit back and play your positioning.
I can't even read it. I'll get banned if I read it. If that's what he actually meant, at least. Bro, Fendi, I will not lie, I am scared out of my mind to 1v1 you. I'm getting top control. I mean, top of living quarter. I'm going on top control. Trying to get the power position. Team wipe. 1v1.
3 squads left in the water.
I'm scared you're gonna demolish me, bruh.
Yo, bro, I'm spinning.
Liam, I'm trying to.
Should come on
Nah, I just got sniped. Oh! I'm a 3 KD, and Fendi is pretty good. Alright, bro. I'll 1v1 you tomorrow if you actually dare me. Nah.
Watch me pointing that shit ass hat.
Ooh. You know what?
Since we are about to clutch up this epic 25 kill game, I want to go ahead and ask y'all to subscribe, because I'm trying to become a Warzone content creator and basically make YouTube my job. And the only reason I put videos out there for you all to watch is for you to drop your first 20 bomb and get better at the game, or possibly learn a skill that you haven't learned yet, or having trouble learning it because people are putting the terms in high IQ and you can't really understand it. Because I don't want y'all to go through the process, the hard process that I had to go through, because I've spent nearly $100 on classes to help me get good at the game, and that's why I put my terms in like a low IQ level that 9-year-olds could understand, that will help people understand how to drop their first 20 bomb or get better at the game. Because my brother has dropped his first 20 bomb, and him being 10, he found it so hard to drop his first 20 until he watched a few of my videos. Then he dropped his first 20 bomb. Now, I'm not making you subscribe or anything, I'm just asking. So if you want to subscribe, then please subscribe. And with that being said, let's get right back to the gameplay.
I killed every single one of them! I killed all of them!
No way!